Yo, what's up? I'm very excited. My name is Jason Snyder. I am here with Internet Lifestyle Living. And today's episode, we're talking about a variety of things, but what it comes down to is, I am a I am an internet marketer. I am a work from home type person. I've been working from home for over a year now, and this is kind of where I choose to take my path in. Instead of finding a traditional job that's only going to pay me $10 an hour, which is about maybe $600 a week, $300 a week, whatever it is. I decided to just go out for myself, and I'm very happy that I did that. I'm starting to build my team and to build successes, and so I'm kind of venturing out and doing something a little different. So that's kind of the reason behind me doing the show, is just to talk about and just make people aware of if you're looking for change, there is something you can do that's different, and this is a lot more easier than going to work and busting your back and for somebody else. Why not take that work ethic and use that for yourself? Why not take that work ethic you put forth for someone else's dream, put it forth for yourself? So anyways, I hope you find me engaging, entertaining, and always persuading and very beautiful. So we'll get our story started. So, I've always talked about old school and new school marketing because I have done them both. I have been the guy that's been sitting there and just inside of, say, Walmart or Costco or at the mall parking lot. It can be anywhere. I remember we were doing this skin cream, and and the thing was to sample the skin cream on somebody's hand, and have them rub it off and have little wipes with you and all this good stuff. How how in just how that's the word I'm looking for. It's just to me it just seems very neat. You're trying to be a guy on the street selling something to somebody that somebody may not even want, and so you're just looking like a dumbass out there asking somebody to do something for you. So, and I think this is the reason why a lot of people don't want to come in business for themselves. This is the reason why a lot of people don't want to why network marketing really has a bad reputation, because a majority of people don't treat it like a business. It's big business. There are people making millions of dollars doing this. I'm more so on the information side. I'm an information marketer. I market and sell information. I have this cranium right here that's really big, right, really round, but it's full of ideas. And we all have this. We all have something that we're good at. We all have this God-given skill that we're put on earth, and we have this purpose. And our purpose necessarily isn't to go to work every day for someone else who doesn't give a shit about us. Our purpose is to find our purpose and live our purpose out. This isn't for everybody. I know that. It's for the ones who have the light shine within them, that wants to come out and step out from the dark to the light and see something a little bit different. It's not for everybody, and I totally understand that. But if you have a desire to, or a dream to, or something that you want to fulfill in life, this is the beauty of this is why once I really kind of got into this, and I jumped from the side of being the guy that nobody wants to talk to, because I'm hitting everybody up to join my business or buy my product, to buy my juice, to buy my coffee, to buy my skin cream. This is my free career. I was in 2 companies, and I look back and think about why I kind of jumped from company to company the first time. It was because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, because you had to go out and talk to people and put ads up and call people on the phone. A lot of cold calling, and it's cold calling is rough. You have to be really skilled to be good at cold calling. You have to be really skilled to be a really good network marketer. Let's see, the thing with the traditional form of network marketing is there's so many people out there that are doing it the incorrect way, and they want to blame the company, the compensation plan, or whatever the case may be, instead of looking at themselves. Because there's other people, like Science Getting Rich. If there's somebody else in your field that is doing well in that chosen field, well, you have to do what they're doing to get the results that they're getting. And you can't blame anybody else but yourself for what you have going on in your business, because it's a reflection of you. everything, if you look, even if you, to take this back to a life principle, anything that you have going on in your life, any person, because people are brung to us for a reason. There's a purpose why if someone is brung to you in your life, it's for a reason, and you kind of have to figure out what that reason is. And but it's usually a reflection of what you have going on the inside. So if you have some rotten thoughts inside, you're gonna attract rottenness to you. If Because that's the old law of attraction method, right? You have to, the way you see yourself is the way you see the world. Therefore, that's who you attract to you by what you have going on with your thoughts in your mind. And we are the highest form of creatures on this planet. And we have the potential. The potential is there. We have the potential to be great in whatever we chose to do. If you want to follow your life path, yeah, you could be great. We fall short of that because there's this little thought in our head that holds us back, and what it is, it's just a reframing, basically, right? So it's like your subconscious mind, your conscious mind is just trying to protect you from doing something that might hurt you. Say if you're, I'm single, right? If you see an attractive girl and oh, I want to go talk to her, but then you have that little thought, right, would come out and say, oh, no, don't go talk to her because she's just going to reject you. And you may have faced some form of rejection before, and so that's just kind of trying, basically, it's just stopping your pride. It's just your ego is stopping you, basically, from hurting yourself because you were hurt before, maybe, or you may have been rejected before, whatever the case may be. But you never know, right, until you go up and say something to somebody. Closed mouth don't get fed, right? You never know until you go up and talk to somebody and say, hey, how you doing? And that might be your soulmate. That might be the person that you're meant to be with, your twin flame, the person you're meant to be with for the rest of your life. So you really have to, what I call, condition your inner voice and turn your inner voice into your inner coach. And this is not easy to do, but it'll serve you. And if you have a thought that comes up that's not serving you, well, you have to back that thought away. Or, if it's coming out, basically to say, I understand that you're trying to protect me, but, I'm going to do it anyways. Or instead of telling me what I shouldn't do, how should I do this? How should I do this, right? And turn your inner voice into an inner coach and ask it a different question so it'll go out and find a different answer for you. Your mind is set up like Google. Whatever you focus on expands, right? And whatever you think about will come right in front of you. And it will be presented in front of you just all throughout the day. You may be paying attention and purposely knowing what's going on, or you may not be. It just depends on where your frame of mind is at. It's just we're so caught up with everything around us that we forget about, one, who we really are, because these layers that put up from our subconscious, right? From maybe negative or positive framing throughout our life, right? We forget who we are, what our purpose on earth is, and we don't listen to our inner voice enough to understand what to do and when to do things and when not to do and when not to do things. So, and this is something that's really great, because I had to kind of, me personally on my journey, I had to go back and trace certain instances that happened to me throughout my life that created these negative thoughts, and it's just kind of protected me, basically, right? Because I had this, I had a lot of anxiety. I was afraid to kind of be myself and talk to people. I couldn't do this, a year ago, 2 years ago when I started. I'd go to work and think about, oh, this person's out to get me, and all this just bad stuff, right? And the more I thought about this bad stuff, the more I was presented with bad people in my life and all this other kind of stuff, right? And it wasn't until I kind of got out of myself and really went on a search for happiness, and which ended up being a search for harmony in my life, because I got away from everything that was bad for me, and it kind of produced a lot of more, basically, they produced more positive outcomes for me. So everything that I that I do now, there's purpose behind it. There's meaning to everything that goes on in my life, and I find that meaning to everything that's going on in my life, and I pursue that. You know, there's this is this journey. You know, it's of course it is an entrepreneur journey, and the reason why I'm able to do these kind of things is because you know I work on my business. I work hard on my business, but it doesn't. It's not like I'm working 10, 12 hours on my business. I'm actually working more on myself and developing myself. I spend more time developing myself than I do maybe in my business, and it's really important because you have to be a leader, and sometimes when you start, you have to be a good follower in order to be a good leader, but you have to do something every day that, well, when I was recently introduced to the rule of five, right? Do 5 things every day that get you closer to your goal. And so I looked at everything and I reevaluated my goals and where I'm going, one with my business, and then where I'm going with my personal life too. You know, I have this dream, right? Not only of helping 100 families find freedom for themselves and just kind of helping 100 individuals or 100 families break out of the financial bonds, to break out of the rat race, to break out of whatever is going on that's holding them down. Because I was held down, right? I was caught up in that, and I was held down. You know, it's amazing that you go to work and you think that people you work with are actually out to help you, when in turn they're actually out to hurt you because they don't want to see you succeed. Well, I think one of the keys to success, or there's actually 5 keys to success, and I'll probably go through 2 of them today. You know, one key is get around people who basically get around people who want you to succeed as bad as they want us to succeed, because there's envy and jealousy and all that that's out there and say the working world, it'll bring you down, and then there's always someone out to get you, and you can't be replaced. You can be replaced with anything, right? You can be replaced at any time in life, right? But no, we're all here, and we all want to leave our legacy in some ways, but we're not destined to live forever in the physical, but we do in the spiritual, right? So, however, and I just had an epiphany right now. Wow, it all makes sense. It's crazy. But anyway, back to what I was saying, and maybe I'll share that on another episode. But back to what I was saying. There's you. I can't remember what I was saying, man. That just floored me. And so I was talking about the 5 keys, and I was gonna go over 2 today. The first key is just getting around people who want to see you succeed, because when you have say a second family, if you have a pack of people who are pulling for you no matter what, who are gunning for you no matter what, who want to see you succeed no matter what, it just makes a big difference in how you feel about yourself. Because when you do something different than everyone else is doing, they're like, are you crazy? You're gonna do what? And you're gonna do what on the internet? What's really going on here, right? There's so many people out there that are going to just trying to talk you out of it, and that's just another way of them trying to protect you from failure. But if you never get out there and try, if you never get out there and just do something that you wanted to do, if you never get out there and just try to do something that's different, you're just going to be caught and with living with for the rest of your life with that what if. Like, realistically, what do you have to lose, right? If you don't do something that may be beneficial to you, right? If you handle it and treat it right, what do you have? What do you have to lose? A couple $100, you lose that on a date, right? You go to movies and a dinner and some dessert, it's gonna cost you a couple $100, and well, there may be some instant gratification after it. Who knows? But you really don't get anything back from that. You just get some common conversation with somebody, which is great. We all need affection, right? And we all need that instant gratification, right? You might get it, you may not. Who knows? But you don't know until you actually go out and do it and put in for it. So you don't want to ever live your life with that what if, right? Because life's about doing, being, seeing, and living, right? It's not necessarily in the having because you have all this stuff, but it's fertile. It doesn't really mean anything, right? It's just here. You know, you're me personally, I'm in this to set a legacy for myself and for my family, so that we can live, do, and have whatever we want, whenever we want to do it. And then, what the material things, after you're done with it, okay, boom, I give it away. I don't like to carry stuff with me. It's just I'm not a materialistic person. I've been a materialistic person, and it really didn't do anything for me. It just put me in debt, right? So you buy all this stuff, and then you go into debt, right? You buy all this stuff, you go into debt. So, but I do like nice things, though. I do like nice things. I like nice cars. I like good stuff. Everyone likes nice things, right? But there's, I'm more on the giving side, and wanted to give to somebody else so that they can do well also, because when you're in a position to give, you should give as much as you can. It's just a big part of everything. Because not everyone is set up inside correctly, and it's all about helping also too. You gotta inspire and help other people to see a better future. Martin Luther King had a dream, and he projected his dream out to the world so we could see a better future. And it's very important that you for yourself, you can see a better future. Anthony Robbins has this in one of his videos, or his courses, he talks about kind of like living in the box, right? And we're all conditioned in certain ways. So we wake up in a bed, that's a box, right? Majority of the time, right? So, and then after we wake up, slumbering 4, 5, 6 in the morning, whatever. I used to work at 4 in the morning and never was on time. Slumbering, it's almost like I wanted to get fired because I was always late, right? Slumber into the kitchen, and you cream of wheat, some Cheerios, some Fruit Loops, whatever it is. That's another box, right? And you get dressed in the shower, then you go to work in your car. Well, you're trapped in another box, right? So look at all this pre-framing of you being inside of a box and not being able to get out of the box, right? Then you get to work, and the majority of the time you have a cubicle or an office. That's another box, right? So move outside of the box. And when I heard that, I was like, man, I'm a triangle. I am a triangle. I'm not a square. I am a triangle. I am different. I'm from Neptune, There is nothing ordinary about me, right? I am the only me on this planet, and I enjoy myself. And so many people just kind of sometimes look at me kind of odd because, yes, I am that guy, right? But I'm not afraid to be who I am and say who I am, and stake what I claim in, and have good with it. I am a person who loves personal development, and who has given the second half of his life is all going to be about personally developing himself and helping others more than anything else, right? Because you can't help anybody else until you help yourself. You have to learn how to look within, find yourself, be yourself, and you have to look within and fix yourself before you can help fix somebody else. And that's what's really great about life, is you reach a certain point, a crescendo, where you want to make a change. And change isn't easy. It's not anything that you can just stop doing. Right? I'm sorry. Change is something you can stop doing, but change necessarily, it can be or can be easy. It just depends on how you preframe your mind for it to be. Right? So I've set myself on this course of consistently doing something every day that's, 1, to reach my goal, 2, that's going to develop myself, and 3, that's going to, when the information that I'm taking in, how can I share it with others and help others out? Like I said, I want to help 100 families find some form of freedom in their life. I want to help 100 families just not to be able to breathe financially and be themselves. I want to help 100 families do things that they didn't think that they could do before, because it all starts with believing in oneself, having faith that it's going to happen, and seeing a better future. And if you're watching this video here, and if you're still paying attention to the nonsense that I'm saying, and if you're really looking to change, you're looking for something that's going to take you from, I'm now starting to see sales jump up into $2,000 and $3,000 a day. So if you're looking for something that's going to create a better future for yourself, if you're looking for something that's going to basically reward you for your efforts and not limit what you can do. And if you want to be around a group of entrepreneurs that are hungry and that fight and will fight for you and want to see you succeed, and if you want to just not go to work one day and work on, to wake up in the morning and say, I'm waking up, I'm working on my living, but I'm working on my fortune. If you want to work on your fortune, and one day you want to give up what you're doing as your regular job, if you really want to be in business for yourself and do something different and make some changes in your life and see it, just paint a better picture for you, maybe for you and your family, or whomever you have around you, right? Because I'm doing this only for myself. I'm doing it for my family too, because there's life is a journey, and we all start at a certain point and we all go to an end point, right? What you do in between is the fun part. Get out and live again. Get out and do something different. Part of my dream was to, I'm on the start of my journey, right? I kind of been through the rough patch, and I made my changes, started my own business, and it's starting to flourish. And so, you know what? First part of my dream is to live in the snow, right? And so I'm from California, lived in California all my life. Recently moved to Southern California a couple years ago from Central California, the coastal area. And you know what? I'm going to move to the mountains. Have this opportunity, bam. I'm living in the mountains of Southern California right now, and I walk outside, I see trees, right? It's beautiful. I look outside right now and I'm seeing trees. It's beautiful. I sit and admire every day just how strong and just beautiful and how just tall the trees are, And I had this question come up in my mind one day, and I was on one of my little nature hikes. Is, we as humans, we are the highest form of creation on this planet. We can be, or have anything that we want to have, but we set ourselves short. We set our growth spurt. We set our growth up, and we cut it off, right? But if you look, I was looking at one of these trees. These trees just grow, and they don't stop growing, but they grow as tall as they can. But see, we're on this planet, and we have so much more to give, but we stop ourselves from growing at a certain point. And I know this because on my journey, I stopped growing. All I was doing was watching television and getting home from work and just plopping down as I'm just going to watch television and just veg out for a few hours until I passed out and went to sleep. I'd go out and do fun things, right? I still do that, right? But there was no reading in my life. There was no developing of my mind. There was no writing. There was no real discipline besides me having to get to work the next day. And I don't know, really, let's see me now. All I do is watch football, and I watch basketball, and I watch some highlights. I pick up on some news, and that's pretty much it. I limit the television out because the television tells lies to your vision. And instead of telling lies to our vision, we should share our visions with the world, right? Paint a new picture for yourself. Be the Picasso of your life. Just reach out and do something that you felt like you should have done in years, because that's your inside telling you something. We're very, we are energy, and we pick up on things, right? We're magnetic. We pick up on things. Our thoughts expand and brings to us whatever our thoughts are to this universe. But we always pick up on just certain things from certain people, because their energies, we're exchange of energy, right? And if you're in a situation where it's bad and you're feeling bad, oh yeah, that's your body trying to tell you something. Listen to it. Because it's trying to save you from yourself. Very important message right there. Because I was in that feeling where I felt certain things. I just didn't pay any attention to what was going on. I just put my head down and just kept on going like a battering ram. And one day it all just kind of snapped, and I was left like, what? But with every effect, there's a cause, and the cause can happen at a certain point and rip over and smack you in the face at a certain time, right? and you may not see where that snack is coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. And if you can't trace that back or know where it started, you're the only cause of what's going on in your life. You knew where it started, but you chose to blame somebody else for that instead of looking at yourself in the eyes and blaming yourself for your wrongdoings or whatever the case may be. So be accountable for yourself. Do something today. Take action today on something that you ever wanted to do. This is Jason. I'm signing out. Click the link below. It'll take you to a different page. Some awesome information there that I want to share with you, like I shared this video with you today. This is Jason with Internet Lifestyle Living, and I will talk to you later.